It's a little too early. Right about now would be a good time to say penis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome
What, you
back
mean
to the Gamer's
penis?
Tale. Tonight we'll be resuming our Americana Shadowrun campaign. And with that, I'll hand it over to Steven, because I'm really excited to play tonight.
All right, welcome back.
Hurry up.
Sorry about the long hiatus.
It's life.
Things come sooner than expected.
It's a baby
Phrasing.
joke.
It's a baby joke, yeah. That is a baby joke. Good news is, though, tax season, I get another fucking wonderful tax break.
Is there a punchline coming?
No, that's a fact.
Oh,
Having a kid in the tax, like, if you have a kid in that year tax year, it's like $1,200 to $2,000.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep not having kids and enjoying my life.
I mean, yeah, you guys will have 2 disposable incomes. That's great. But I don't have anything else for
We're
that.
off topic here.
It's okay.
So Shadowrun.
I'm running the game. I can be off topic.
As we dodge taxes in Shadowrun.
Hey,
Hey, taxes can kill.
Taxes can't kill.
taxation is theft.
Yeah,
So anyway,
you're not wrong. Keep going.
With what? The Shadowrun or the taxation thing?
I assume
don't
Let's
Shadowrun.
start the revolution now.
Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Let's get the boogaloo.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna bust out the stool. I'm ready.
I got some shit to tell you later, Cody, that I found out about. I'm super pumped for in the state of Virginia. But we'll come back to that later. Last time we had played the party, the gang, these fucking retards.
Guilty as charged.
I mean,
You
you're
guys-
pretty
you
much not wrong.
You guys are It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The gang fucks up again. But they completed their job in a fashion and met back up with their Johnston. Would anyone else like to? Trent, tell me a little bit more about what happened last game.
Well, we found out that the individual we were contracted to retrieve, along with his information, was actually kidnapped by the group he was supposedly working for, which actually was a terrorist organization. So we kind of compromised. We took one of his fingers and the data, and we handed it over to our employers and let him get away because the contract's a contract, but they're also kind of crappy people. After that, we drank, we shoved guns into people, and we had our disagreements, nearly killing each other in the process. And then we went on leave.
Okay. Would anyone else Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
We got some karma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and money.
You did get karma and money. That is true.
I got a cool
Yeah,
weapon.
We all did different stuff on our time off.
Yeah. We'll get into that now. Trent, what did you do with your time off? You had about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I forgot to look up how much it costs to actually buy a sword. But I did spend some time. Slim spent his time getting some extra money, helping train some of the local knight errant forces in undercover work. You would now see the training videos of a man with a horrible mustache and glasses and the worst southern accent imaginable, training them how not to get caught.
I feel attacked.
Very fair. All right, moving right along. Drink. What did you do with your 3 weeks?
You know exactly what I did. Pitt
Tell the rest of the
moonlighted. Had like a separate job, let's say, as a dominatrix. Made herself some money, and now has even more modifications to her body.
Please don't be a dildo.
No, she has strap-ons for that.
There is. You can't check out Chroma. It's Chrome something, but you can.
I mean, they did it in Neoscum.
Anyway, moving right along. Craig, what did Ironside get up to in his 3 weeks off?
He worked on his drones a little bit and got some augmentations done.
Okay. Ty?
So Webb did some hacking to try to skim money from poor unsuspecting saps.
Yeah, you did bad stuff. Morally gray.
Probably
Morally
got
gray.
messages from Pitt flirting with him.
I just like to point out the one who did the most criminalized thing is actually the person who would least likely be a criminal in real life.
Fair.
Me?
Toss up.
Steven,
That's okay.
Yo, what's up?
what did Ghost get to with his 3 weeks off?
He learned a new spell.
He did.
Yes, he did. He learned
gonna-
Mana Bolt.
Okay.
What else did he do? He practiced some astral combat as
Okay.
well. And they probably bought a new suit, which I haven't figured out which one yet.
Okay. All right.
That's more for roleplay than anything else.
No, yeah, understandable. And Cody, last but not least, what did you get up to with your 3 weeks off? Now that I'm thinking about it, it is actually close to 3, maybe 4 weeks since we've played.
Well, Rebel became a bounty hunter, kind of like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but not quite as cool, which is, saying something because Dog the Bounty Hunter ain't cool. And he caught less people, and he, did everything wrong except for buy new weapons.
Did Rebel catch anyone?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not even
I just he
close,
didn't
actually.
specify that. I wanted to make sure.
Oh no! So the whole internet knows he did not catch anyone.
All right. So, like I said, about 3 weeks go by, give or take. Some of you might be starting to get that itch to go go on another run. See what's in the waters. Trent, let me find my piece of paper. Sorry.
It's all good.
Let me look at this real quick. Get your thing. You get a message from, I believe your fixer's name is High Rise, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, High Rise. High Rise has a opportunity for you if you're interested in it. It's a really simple job, he says. Some guys just want you to run, kind of just run a distraction for them.
Sounds like easy money. I'll give a tentative yes, and I'll go and ask Pitt if she's willing to help with a distraction job.
Okay. High Rise just says, get your team together, whoever you want for the job, and let me know when you're ready, and I'll send you the details about a meetup.
Okay. An extra car would be nice, so I message Ironside to see if he's down for some shenanigans.
Oh, sure.
I forgot he's Canadian.
Yeah,
I did not.
it's been a while.
Also,
Shitty Canadian to be
If-
clear, because I'm terrible.
if no one remembers, just get rid of your stun and physical damage. It's been 3 weeks. You should be fully healed.
That's what you think.
Unless you got injured. Cody.
I didn't actually, but
I just assumed, you've messed up on catching a criminal. So I just assumed you got hurt. All right.
No. More like I'm short and slow. Thanks. I got these tiny
Mood.
legs, okay?
Mood.
I'll also put out feelers to Web and Ghost, asking if they're interested in another job.
You get a message back from Ghost saying how much.
I message High Rise and I ask how much is the likely price for this job.
I asked if there's any special tools we need.
He says you could probably expect no less than 2,000, maybe more, depending upon what you're distracting or where the job is going down exactly.
I literally, Ghost literally just receives a text that says 2K plus. That's it. And Web receives a text of, what do you think your job is?
Webb sends back a text to say, okay, but don't bust my balls.
Also, you guys don't have to announce that you're sending text message. You can just communicate.
Nope. We gotta text it.
It's text because I don't want to have this over the phone. I'll let Pet do. I'll let Pit do that. Is the only thing that you receive back in text.
I send back a text with a finger emoji.
Pit, he's getting very spicy for you. I think you'd be interested.
I'm all for it. I hope he's ready for it.
Maybe it's a
Wait,
little.
did I hear Ghost? Did I really hear?
Much as it is distasteful to have him around, we do need some sort of magical protection. We'll just have
There are
to.
plenty of others.
Plenty of others that we do
Plenty.
not know their failings. That and I'd like to keep him a bit closer to keep an eye on.
You know I'm probably gonna punch the lots out, eh?
Pit Slim just kind of shrugs. Is like, all right.
Oh, I got permission now. Okay, thanks.
I like to
Keep
point
that
out
in
that this
mind.
entire thing has happened with Slim just in Adidas pants and a tank top in the middle of the living
Of
room.
course it has.
Gun shoved in the waistband in the front of with his holster.
And so, yeah. If I have permission to punch him, then alright, he can be around.
If he,
Useful punching bag.
if he begins to cause problems with the mission, you'll neutralize any and all threats to the mission, even if that includes him.
Got it, boss.
And I go get dressed.
Finally. Have you contacted everyone else? Or is it just
Alright.
those people?
As I'm putting on my pants, I remember, oh yeah, the dwarf. And I message Rebel, you want to blow some crap up?
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Okay.
There we go.
Ah, shit, the dwarf.
So I assume you message back to High Rise and just let him know, hey, we're good, we're ready. And he sends you he just sends you back an address for a place.
Is it Electric Avenue? Or are you going to take it
No.
higher?
I hate you. Have I ever told you that?
Multiple times, and I love it.
I wanted to reinforce that. He sends you an address for a place up in Everett.
Everett or Everett?
Everett.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let me just
You
write
know
that down.
it's to the north of Seattle, the metroplex of the downtown area. Mostly industrial.
Mm.
Very corporate industrial. A lot of warehouses and docks and naval yards.
Shit's a little too tall for my flavor.
There's actually
Everything's a little too tall for your flavor.
There's actually a UCAS naval yard for like the UCAS Navy there. But it's a warehouse. So you guys gonna meet up at your place, or are you guys just gonna kind of swoop all in, get everyone, and just head that way in 2 vehicles? How are you getting there?
I'm obviously going to be taking my my secure surveillance van. And
The shadow van.
yes.
It says not at the FBI on the side.
Okay. Where is that it was like the Hot Brew or something. We stopped on our way to the Red Barons there.
Oh shit.
Coffee shop, the Coffee Bean or
The Hot Pot?
something.
Hot
Yeah.
pot. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. The hot pot.
All right, we can meet up there if that's on the way.
Yeah, no, it's most of you, I believe, live down in
The ghetto.
like in Bellevue.
Bellevue.
Some of you live. One of you might live in the actual downtown metroplex area, or even a part of Redmond on the border. But yeah, no problems there. It's the hot pot's kind of downtown, so
That's kind of a
the-
long drive.
yeah,
Now that I
it's
look at it.
yeah, it's not a short trip because it's not just Seattle. It's half of Washington State is Seattle.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
I will.
Everett itself is 207 square kilometers.
Nice. I will recommend that we meet up at the Hot Pot to lessen the chance that I have weird people in my house.
Hot pocket.
Very, I believe that's a smart choice.
Look,
No,
just
it's-
as much work as anything.
I wasn't actually talking about you. It is very much a pet peeve of Slim's to have strangers in his house.
Stranger, got it.
Would you say that you trust Rebel then, since it wasn't him directly you were talking about?
I wouldn't go that far, but yes.
Trust me as far as you could throw me.
Or as
Short
long as
guy.
Or as long as I have like a pistol nearby, which is like all the time.
So you guys,
Trust is a bit of a strong word, then I suppose.
yeah.
It is. Is our pet? Are you taking your motorcycle, or are you riding in the back?
I'll ride in the back.
Okay.
That's probably around.
It's too long of a drive for the motorcycle.
I mean, yeah, after a week. No response. Okay.
Seething with anger.
I haven't been allowed to like poke the bear for 4 weeks, so I gotta get a lot in tonight.
Oh, don't worry,
So
we're
she
ready.
said.
But yeah. So you guys meet up at the hot pot probably around noonish, I'll say, unless you want to meet later or earlier.
Noon's a good time. Meetings are always best done at night and in the dark, so we can have plausible deniability. I was blinded, officer.
And from the hot pot, it's gonna be like 2 hours of drive time with no traffic, but it's noon. You'll
So
probably
it's-
hit a little bit of traffic from the lunch rush going through downtown.
It's like
It's
4 hours.
inevitable. 3.5, give or take. So it'd probably be getting into the evening. It is daylight savings time, so it will be getting dark earlier. or not daylight saving time. I don't fucking know how it works, honestly.
It's the reverse.
It makes no sense, honestly. It's pointless.
It really is.
Don't even get me started.
Meanwhile, I'm driving with an AK next to my leg, as I always do.
Good thing that these vehicles are automatic.
So's the AK.
That's what you did there.
God damn it.
AKs are cool. I raised you a grenade launcher though.
I don't have that too. I might have.
You
I
have
have
it on your
brought.
AK.
I have brought more things with me in the van this time because it sounds like it's going to need to be louder.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, I open up my trench coat and show all my narco jet.
Hey kid, that's all he's wearing is narco jet.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
you
else
wanna
underneath
buy
the
some
trench coat.
narco?
It's just the trench coat.
Anyway,
Can you put your underwear back on? God.
as long as you're not putting my underwear back on.
Wait,
This
No
is the quality
comment.
content that people tune in for.
oh
You
boy.
know you're right. That's exactly it.
You know, you're right. I don't want to put your underwear back on. You got me there.
All right.
That seems
Wait,
to indicate
Rebel, are you
did it
driving with
first
us?
in the first place?
Are you running with us, or you have your own van?
Yeah, Ironside.
Yes.
What vehicle did you bring?
What was I told specifically? Just that.
I think we all have our own vehicles. I think we're all just saving gas.
No.
Nope.
I
Go
don't have my own
Sessual.
vehicle.
What
Oh, man.
exactly was the text?
Distraction job and loudness, most likely.
Okay. I will have the van, and it will have several drones in it.
Okay. Several drones.
I probably should have brought mine, but whatever.
It's fine.
And I'll also say if anyone needs to carpool, I'll probably have enough room.
That's what I was thinking. Is like Trenton, Pitt, or Slim and Pitt would probably ride together, and then you might grab Rebel, and then you might pick up the other two.
Yeah.
Kind of meet at the
Is there
hot
enough
spot.
room in here for my ladder?
There is. There is
Yeah,
plenty of
bring it
room
on.
in the van for the.
I'll bring in the ladder and the step stool.
You could put the ladder on the roof.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
going inside. I'm tired of all these tall things that my guy can't reach. Okay.
I mean, honestly, the vans are essentially armored. If you've ever seen a Mercedes Sprinter van, it's kind of
Oh, yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, these things are fucking great.
They're huge.
Yeah, I love those.
But yeah, so you guys meet up at the hot pot. Pitt, do you have anything to say to Ghost, or is it kind of just like stare down?
She is glaring daggers at him. Not saying a
just-
word, but just glaring.
Ghost is just like crossing his arms and leaning back casually.
I'm gonna get right between them, but like, don't worry, guys, I got something for this. Slam narco gel on table.
Whoever passes out first is bitch.
Instead of the old-fashioned way.
I don't want to put that away for now.
You guys suck.
Is it
For
too early
now.
to start drinking? I mean, is it too early to start drinking?
Oh, it is.
What? Alright. So you guys get into your vehicles however you want to ride and whatever configuration, and you begin making the 2.5, 3.5 hour journey to Everett, to the warehouse that you got the address for.
Pitt is attempting to play I Spy with Slim. I don't know if he'll participate.
Okay. And what are you spying for?
Basically, she goes.
What is he spying for?
Basically, she just keeps saying I spy something gray, and he can say fucking anything, and she'd be like, "Yep." That's about it.
Slim does participate, but with the world weary sound of someone who has a small child as their charge.
I spy something great. Is it the road?
Oh, it is.
I spy with my little eyes something that's kind of annoying. Thank
A little
God.
background lore for you, actually. The way people became trolls and orcs was through a process called goblinification, or some shit like that. And actually, the way that the skull reshaped itself to counteract for the horns actually caused brain damage in a lot of people. That's why trolls and orcs are regarded as stupid.
Well, I am actually smarter than fucking what's his fuck Slim. I can't remember your name for a second. I'm pretty sure I'm
Well,
actually smarter than him.
That's from the alcoholism?
I'm pretty sure most of the party is smarter than Slim.
Alcoholism and the military. Those are my defenses.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so you guys are going through this warehouse district after about 3 hours of drive time, and you find the one you're supposed to be at. And outside, there's parked a couple of pretty nice cars. Definitely upper crust. A couple really nice motorcycles, very nice Suzuki Mirages that are decked out and tricked out, heavily modified.
We have
Ironsides, you kind of got like a wet spot in your seat from excitement looking at these things.
Oh, I got some inspiration for later.
Ignore that.
Oh no, we will not ignore that.
Inspiration to make stuff or what?
I'm trying to make it small again. Okay, there it goes.
A little bit of both.
Slim just like
She
looks
kind
at
of face palms because she was joking, and now she realizes, like, no, it's sorry, so it's very possible.
And outside of the warehouse, standing at the door, there's two gentlemen, just in street clothes. One's got jeans. Both wearing jeans. Kind of a t-shirt with a pattern print on it. Kind of like an Ed Hardy fucking t-shirt.
Oh,
Those assholes. One looks like they might be elven, but the other is definitely a human.
Is he an elf poser?
I don't know. Is he? Would you like to take a better look at him?
Yeah, I would. 'Cause those
Can I
guys
see
suck.
him out the window?
Give me. Look at what the roll might be.
Can I see out the window? Am I tall enough to do that?
Are you riding in the front or are you riding in the back?
I'm in the back.
With Pitt sitting in the front seat, no, you can't see out the front of that fucking thing. I'll tell you what. Give me judge intentions
Okay, where is it?
for what he's trying to pull off.
Okay. Just straight?
It's in your attributes.
Yeah, I got it. Just straight?
Yeah, straight.
Alright.
5.
That's pretty good. There's rebels in the back trying to set up a stool to see out the window.
You have a very strong inkling that is what he's going for. The elf poser. He's trying to look more elven. You get a better look at him. You start realizing like his ears, he has prosthetics, or they might be surgery. They're not sure at this distance. He's definitely had work done to like his facial features to make them more narrow and sharp, sharper, kind of like an elf's are.
Yeah, God, a poser.
This guy's a phony.
In fact, just like
phony.
a bit racist.
Some people might feel it's racist. Some might not. It depends on the elf.
I'm assuming it is to Slim. Considering his reaction.
Traditional elves, yes, it's very much. You're trying to take my culture, my being,
It's like the white dude with dreadlocks. I know. I know. I'm joking.
We're not gonna touch that one.
Yes.
Slim more
Like, I'm
views
joking.
it. Slim views it more as trying to be something you're not, and it's not going to work no matter how much you try.
Isn't that like Slim's whole thing?
I mean, yes, but at least he's not changing that he's an elf or not.
Fair.
Fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, but mine doesn't affect my job as much.
They have like they have black shades on as well. You can't see any blatantly carried weapons, but you can pretty safely assume that they have at least a pistol on them. But you guys pile out of the vans. Who's gonna do the talking?
Slim.
Obviously, Slim.
Yeah.
I've got astral sight up.
You
The
got
face
astral sight up.
Yeah.
All right, make me an astral perception.
All right, and that would be. Let me pull up my character sheet again because I was working on something. All right.
And I'm not gonna bother with
That's
telling
perception magic.
Yep.
All right.
you. I'm not gonna bother with telling you, Slim and Rebel, because you know those.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You don't see anything on the outside
Yeah.
other than Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
No, that was.
What?
I think he's having off-screen things.
Oh.
My cat. Knocking shit off the counters. Would anyone like a cat?
Yes,
I mean, I don't know.
I was gonna ask the same question.
I will take both of your cats if I could, but they have to live outside.
I only have one cat.
Well, Craig's
Well,
also trying
that
to
makes
dump
that
his.
easier.
I already have a cat and she has to live outside because we're allergic. But I have one.
We have a cat because my wife is the only person in her family not allergic to cats.
Ironic.
Oh,
Huh.
I do not like cats.
so what kind of cat is it?
He's like, I'm
It's a
considering.
cat.
The furry kind.
Yeah, it's
Thank goodness. The next one's kind of weirded me out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It has
Yeah.
hair,
I approached
Has
the
gray-
posers.
it
and
has
the other
gray
one.
hair. That's.
Oh, I love gray-haired cats.
It's nothing fancy. It's nothing like a what was it, a forest cat or anything like that. It's not
Not
those
like a-
fucking.
Russian blue?
No,
Okay.
we got them for like $10.
Kind of cheap. Of course, I know some people who are that cheap. What?
Okay, so Shadowrun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
no.
You
approach.
approach the posers.
I approach the poser and his compatriot.
He's setting up the
Um,
stool in the background so I can stand eye level with him.
And they kind of look you up and down, and they in a semi-heavy Japanese accent tell you to wait a second. They're gonna search you. Is anyone trying to hide anything, or are you just gonna show them, hey, I have this?
As they come toward me, I'm just gonna wave them. So you can just assume that I'm armed.
All
Same
the
here.
they kind of just all the same. We'd like to know what you have.
Oh,
You can show it to us, or
I lift my shirt a little bit so they see the handle of my pistol, and I do pull out the combat knife from where it's hidden, and I put it back.
and they kind of look at the rest of you. You gonna follow suit, or do we need to pat you down?
You don't need to pat me down. I've shown my gun. Put it back.
As much as
I got
Pitt
it.
would like
I
that,
got nothing. I mean, yeah, like,
she
I'm
is
gonna
the
put-
weapon.
I'm gonna put my grenade launcher back in the van.
Steps down off the step stool,
Good
goes
idea.
walking back, puts it down. His head hung
I-
low, comes back,
like-
sits on the step stool.
I got nothing. I don't need any weapons, so go ahead.
Ghost
Alright,
kind of
they-
just pulls aside the his jacket, and you see that there is an Ares predator there.
Okay.
And he opens up. Then he shows the other side where there is a Raycore sting.
Okay. And they kind of, they still give you a light pat down just to verify because they don't trust anyone that says they're not armed. It's business.
She technically does not have any weapons on her.
Okay. Then they don't find anything.
Technically.
Wait,
Are
they
they
only patted
patting-
her down, or everybody?
Because she said she doesn't. She said she didn't have weapons,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
technically she doesn't.
Everyone else has blatantly shown like, hey, this is what we got.
Yes.
I haven't,
So they
I
didn't
haven't
go looking
said it
for
yet,
us.
but I also show what I have.
Sorry, Ironside. You got a little bit ahead.
They're definitely not.
Well, I mean,
They just completely forgot I was there for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this.
You're too nice.
Strax,
No,
I
Like a
stand very
good
still.
two-way.
Not nondescript white guy in the background.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
Canadian. No one expects him to be
Straight
armed.
up.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So wait, they didn't pat me down? Like, I put up a grenade launcher. They're like, yeah, he's good now. Okay. Okay.
They open up the door, and inside there's just a single table with a chair set down at it, and there's already another gentleman, human, older, Asian male, sitting there, kind of waiting on you. There are a few other people in the warehouse. Other than this table, it's actually pretty. Other than the table and the people, it's an empty warehouse. But yeah, you count on the inside probably another 4 or 5 people, other than the gentleman sitting at the table.
Can I tell if he's more Chinese or Japanese? Of course.
The guy outside did have a Japanese accent.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
could just be
they-
hired muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Let's see. See your active skills. I forgot you speak Japanese.
Same, actually.
But let's just get a perception for you from him.
All right, perception.
No bonuses.
Okay.
You're pretty confident that he is Japanese.
Okay.
How hilarious would it be if you start speaking Japanese and he's just like, the fuck are you saying?
He's Mongolian.
No, I was gonna just like sit down, and put my feet up on a table, but dealing with Japanese, you gotta be a little bit more formal.
Respectful.
Yeah, business is business, and business does not necessarily mean you have to be good.
No, it just means the business does.
There is only one seat at the table. And as you come in and get closer, the gentleman stands up and he just points at the seat and says, "Please sit down." He has a very thick Japanese accent. Like, he doesn't speak English very much. He has
Look-
other people that speak for him.
I'm gonna look at my companions and go, don't you guys feel dumb as I plop down my stool and kick my legs back and forth and don't touch the ground?
How tall is your step stool?
It's like 2 foot tall.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a
so
decent sized step stool, but I'm only like,
more of a step ladder.
well, I mean, I'm like 4 foot tall, so I mean, it gets me up there.
Anyway,
I
who sits down at the table?
sit down at the table,
Okay.
and I motion Pitt to do the muscle stand behind me.
Oh, she already is. Like
Flexing a
she's
little bit.
automatically in position, arms crossed.
And, gotta flaunt authority just a little bit as a sign of respect.
And he takes a second. He kind of looks at your group, and
Rebel
he
kicking
mutters.
his legs.
He mutters something in Japanese. What's your rating on Japanese?
3.
3. You might catch parts of it. But
It's
he
probably
very,
saying something about that fucking
you
dwarf.
very distinctly hear something about a trog.
Oh, that's the derogatory term for dwarves, isn't it?
No, actually, trolls and orcs.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Dwarves don't really have a derogatory term.
Except
Everybody
Stumpy.
likes dwarves.
Because other than being
Ouch.
kind of short and stocky, they're pretty human looking. They're more human looking than elves are.
Okay. Great.
Get on my level.
Why the heck did
Um,
my sensing never get put on?
And he says some other stuff in Japanese. If you'd like to try and figure out what he's saying, you can roll your proficiency with Japanese. So I think you
Okay.
just click on Japanese.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I like knowing.
3. It's a little spotty what you're catching because he's speaking fast, and you can keep up, but you're missing words. And it's essentially just calling for another guy who probably his translator, and tea. And so this another guy comes over. He's just very nicely, very well put together in a suit, and he sits down his tray of tea with 2 cups. And pours a cup for you, pours a cup for the older gentleman. And he says, Mr. Yamamoto, would like to thank you for coming. He did not expect quite the same company, but he is glad that they are here.
Does he have more tea?
I just waved it like shush.
He doesn't even look in your direction, actually, Rebel.
That's not nice.
While this is going on, I'd like to make a to reopen my astral sight and try and sense, doing some sensing throughout the area.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Let's see here.
You can pretty much find out almost anything with a sensing.
No, I just want to keep an eye on the standard stuff. Look at like whether or not they're going to be hostile, getting hostile, or anything like that.
Okay. Give me a sensing test.
Yeah. I can't get the limit to go to astral properly.
That's fine.
Does-
Well, what's your magical limit? Your astral limit?
My astral limit, which unfortunately is not on the sheet either. Astral limit. It should have it here. Astral limit is what's astral limit again?
It should be like your magic. It's your magic rating plus one of your magic skills divided by 2.
Plus the magic skill in question.
Yeah.
So 6 plus 5 is 11, rounded down, I believe. So 5.
Okay, that's your limit.
Yeah. So my
Sensing test.
I'm just gonna put it on social because that's the closest right now.
Okay.
And this would be his astral signatures, correct?
Yes.
So
Astral
what's that?
signatures. Anything else really?
All right. I rolled 5.
5 hits.
Yeah.
5 fucking great hits too.
I know.
So yeah.
Do I see any technomancers?
You see no technomancers present. There are a few people with cyberware implants.
Any mages?
No mages outside of your party.
Okay.
Yeah. And you do see that the older gentleman has cancer.
Interesting. I
That's
will
what
keep
a
that
sensing-
to myself.
5 hits of a sensing gets you.
That's what
Accurately-
one hit of instancing I thought gets me.
No, one gives you like a general state, like
Oh,
healthy,
right.
injured, sick. 5
Yeah.
gives you a disease, a diagnosis, toxins.
I'm just looking at it.
And the older gentleman starts speaking in Japanese again. The younger gentleman says Mr. Yamamoto would like for you to join him in this cup of tea while you discuss business. What questions do you have about the job in question first?
I thank him for the. Thank you for the tea. Thank you for the tea. What exactly will we be doing as a distraction?
And he relays this in Japanese, and there's a couple minutes while the older gentleman's talking. He goes, Yamamoto's associates will be infiltrating a medical research. That is, and he says something back in Japanese again to confirm. He repeats the words that yes, biomedical lab in the next couple days. Unfortunately, this is semi-guarded. We need someone to take the brunt of the guards' attention to another location, potentially the front of the building, or another location that you deem fit. For the duration, and when they are out of the building, you will get a message saying that it is done and for you to make your breakaway.
Do you have any ideas as to the capabilities of the biomedical security?
And he relays that back over, and he turns back to you. Mr. Yamamoto says that they're expecting standard guards, probably with automatic weapons. This being corporate owned, there will be no knight errant involvement. So you can expect not heavy resistance, but more than the average police involvement. Automatic weapons, maybe an attack dog or two, potentially some kind of riot deterrent. Mr. Yamamoto starts speaking again. The younger gentleman kind of nods his head and he speaks up. Mr. Yamamoto says, for this, they'll offer you 3,500 each for this job. Unfortunately, there'll be no connection. So if you get caught or if any of your people go down, that is your responsibility. You will not get additional funds for this. It is a failure on their part.
That's preferable.
So the usual.
The usual. Forgive me for being so crass. Are there any scenarios in which extra pay would be awarded?
And he relays this to Mr. Yamamoto, and he speaks back, and he says Mr. Yamamoto does not foresee any, but perhaps a bonus for a job well done. And in the faith of working together later on.
Understood.
He says that you come pretty highly recommended from a shared associate. They assured me that you work quickly and effectively.
I appreciate these kind words. Will we also be required to aid your associates should they get into any trouble, in addition to our main duties?
He relays that back, and he responds back to you. Mr. Yamamoto says that it is not expected of you. You can be a separate entity. Anything they're caught or lost on their side, it is once again a failure on their part.
Understood. Is the name of the biomedical facility available to us?
Yes, it is. Wuxing Labs. Do you have any corporate knowledge?
Knowledge is
Oh boy, this is not
uh,
fun.
only building security or infrastructure. You do not have any corporate knowledge.
I
I
mean, well-
have knowledge of cybersecurity, but that's it.
Magical
England-
security and Seder crop.
You would know about Wuxing. You wouldn't know a great deal about it. You'd know that they're a Chinese corporation. They do specialize in bioware and cyberware. Type of stuff. Their main focus is the medical fields and improving people's lives.
And what was the name of it again?
Wuxing. Just write it down how you think it's going to, how it's
I
going to sound.
looked it up. I looked it up. I was
It's
making sure it was-
WUXING, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
okay.
butchered that name as well, but
I'm
Oh,
pretty
it's
sure you got it right.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's said. Yeah.
Wuxing.
Yeah.
And what's the specific name of the building, or is it just
it's just
a
Wuxing's lab.
Wuxing? Okay, Wuxing.
That's
Oh, boy.
their field name for it. They don't have many in the Seattle area, but he'll give you an address for it later on. And he says if you have nothing left to discuss, or if you have no other questions, we're wanting to do this in the next 48 hours. We will be waiting on your notification that you are ready, and we will meet there and begin our own.
All right.
And once again, you speak up, Rebel. He's not looking at you. He's focused on Flynn here.
I don't even look at Rebel either.
Feel a whole lot of love in this room. I'm gonna pack my stuff up and go.
This is why I brought a ballistic mask for this character.
And
For
the younger
just such
gentleman
runs.
speaks up, and if you have nothing left, or do you have any? questions?
I'm gonna lean in to Slim and whisper, and ask if he knows if there'll be if they are aware of any magical security as well.
We would like to know if there is any magical countermeasures in place or security.
And they exchange with each other. And the younger gentleman speaks up and says, not that we have heard of or seen. There might be something on the inside, but I don't think exterior-wise there'd be anything for you to worry about.
Well, can't you see through? No, never mind.
out of character, that's worrisome. Back in character.
Oh, there's definitely magical security there. It's Fushing.
And with that, he kind of says something to Mr. Yamamoto, and Mr. Yamamoto stands up, gives a slight bow, and begins to leave.
I stand up at roughly the same time and also return his bow.
I just give a nod. I'm not bowing like that.
Once again, Mr. Yamamoto speaks up. Trent, you catch that same word.
I hide any irritation I have behind the facade that is my business face.
And he begins to leave, and the younger gentleman kind of points towards the door. It's like, we look forward to hearing back from you. Remember, next 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. We will respond to you promptly.
All right, you guys exit the building. You're staying around your vans. Would you like to go somewhere else to discuss, or
Let's not talk too close to this area. Let's find a
Let's
nice
go get tea.
tea, soy calf, whatever.
you know at the hot pot that they do sell tea?
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
but that's like 3 hours
That's,
away.
yeah, that's.
Yeah.
He wants tea now.
Is
You
there
guys are
any?
Damn it!
in front of me. Nobody wanted to give me any. Nobody wanted to acknowledge the short guy in the room.
That was a cultural thing. Rebel.
Yeah,
That's-
Rebel doesn't care about that.
We figured he didn't, but he may not know.
Yeah, he knows.
Well, don't you worry, Rebel.
Just 'cause he
I
knows
get you some
doesn't mean he has to
tea.
like it.
Yeah,
We're
Rebel's
sure
being
about it.
Rebel.
Yeah, you can do a quick Seder search of the area. Find like one or two small coffee places that you can go to that seem like they might have tea.
What kind of coffee place doesn't have tea?
There's a
Um,
Seder Bucks around the corner.
All right, let's go.
You notice, if anybody's looking, you notice that Ghost is not using Seder Search. He's using Dragon Go.
Or anything. All right. So where are you guys heading off to?
the tea shop.
Yeah, tea shop to discuss our
And that's the Seder box
Seder
or whatever.
Seder
Bucks.
bucks.
Yeah. I'd like to make a perception check as he walks in. This is purely for roleplay, though.
Okay.
Okay, roll perception.
And that is I'm trying to remember the non-magical because that's what I have it defaulted to.
It's
is.
intuition and social and mental.
Intuition, mental.
What are you looking for?
Just cameras.
I mean, there's definitely like a few cameras, but
Like,
no more than anywhere else there'd be cameras.
are there any like kind of spots where he could make sure that he is not so readily visible?
Probably.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
gonna
rolled a
try and
one.
find. Yeah.
You got one hit, so you might notice one camera.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
he's gonna try and avoid that one.
you guys go up, put your orders in, find a table, they bring them to you. You're all enjoying various caffeinated beverages. Except for
Yeah.
Rebel, he's drinking. No, green tea is also caffeinated.
Yes,
Uncle
it is.
Adam would be proud.
I'm just gonna have a nice black
Pit-
tea.
Ghost is not drinking.
Pitt got a coffee and she just has a flask and kind of pours some in. Irish coffee.
Ghost is not drinking at this point.
By the
And looks
time
very uncomfortable.
we sit down, I would have liked to at least run my eye over anyone else in here to see if there's anyone who's just shouldn't be there.
Okay.
I think that's
I'll
gonna
give
take
you
you a lot of
choice.
time if you have to rub your eye against everyone.
It's not
I'll
rubbing
give
my
you
eye
choice.
against
You
them.
you can roll judge intentions or perception.
I got this tea.
What is my perception? I'm gonna do judge intentions.
Okay. There's what looks like a couple of dock workers in there. Might be warehouse clerks. They're just enjoying some coffee on what's probably their very short break.
All right. So,
Hmm.
I'm in.
okay. How would you?
And
How would?
what?
How would we like to approach this? Do we want to? Well, obviously, we're going to approach it moderately loud.
Do we want to start off quiet, then go loud? Because I got a bow. That thing's pretty quiet.
I ain't quiet.
Our job is to draw attention to us, or at least to our area. That means that we
Well-
could ostensibly have Webb do something with the infrastructure. Water main burst, gas leak. Something that's going to keep their attention elsewhere. Fire is also a pretty decent...
A water main burst would not be sufficient.
Well, if it all happens at once.
How big are these drones?
If we want to clear the building, I mean, we could do a CO leak.
Not necessarily clear the building. We're trying to get the security away. Obviously,
Yes.
a CO break would cause most of the civilian staff to be removed, but this is a corporation. They're going to have counter gas abilities or gas masks or some sort of crap like that, so they'll be able to work in the environment even if we do have a gas leak.
Well,
Also, ejecting everybody from a building may mean people milling around to see our compatriots.
Who see us?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And there's also
Okay, so-
fire, EMS. All that's going to be coming around to deal with the problems we're creating.
how much do we care about collateral damage?
I would like to keep civilians to a minimum.
I was talking about like infrastructure around said area.
You can rebuild. You can't really rebuild people as easily.
You kind of can, but he
But
doesn't
I
say
was
that.
talking more about like destroying the road.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, I can do that.
You have not discussed something important. We should know escape routes.
Not the road.
Beyond just this, we should know how we were getting there and back. We should also possibly determine if there's anything there preliminary investigations have missed. After all, we need to know what is coming after us.
I mean, is there a road, or not a road, but a water nearby?
I would
I
assume so.
think as far as getting away, that's what I'm sad for.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ghost. This is just the initial part of our discussions.
I understand, but these things play into all aspects.
Obviously, it'd be better if we come in one way and leave about 6 different ways. But since we only really have 2 to 3 vehicles that can carry multiple people, it'd be a lot easier for us to come in. I would prefer from the north and head back towards our objective. Or at least our home base area. Maybe someplace within the Barrens. Are you okay, Ironside?
Sorry.
What are you? Oh, what? What?
I pat him on the back, see if he's okay.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Hey,
Forgot what we were doing for a second.
What? Did I
I-
say your name?
What?
So, how tough is security to get into like their little check-in area?
It is whooshing, I would assume, pretty tight.
I mean, we could make a car bomb.
I mean, if only someone had corporate security.
Oh,
only
yeah.
someone had knowledge of corporate stuff.
If
They were
only.
told up.
I know building security.
I know
Happy to
personal
help.
security.
I know magical security.
I can make bombs.
So
All
we
of those
could-
can apply except for the bomb making.
So we
I'm trying here.
I would, however, like Webb to be able to see just how much security there is, cameras, things such as turrets. I think that's a thing here, right?
Turrets?
Turret?
Yeah.
Alright.
yeah.
See if he can actually get access to those and have those turned to our advantage. Maybe some sort of cyber assault. I don't want to have this only going in such a way that makes it look like a small group is doing it. Maybe another corporation is
know.
trying to.
My guy's got tactics, so I can help out. I'm useful again. Sorry.
You didn't say that.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The o-
It's okay.
I have some friends I could talk to.
We might be able to.
And see what information we can get.
I got friends that can help with a distraction.
I have drones.
I've got more ladders.
He's got friends that can help with distractions. She points to Ironside.
As long as they're not lovers too.
Don't kink shame.
I merely meant
He
they may
chokes
know
on his tea
of
again.
my compatriots may know of fuck, what is it? Of
Xbox?
others interested in this location. Perhaps we could use that to our advantage.
The only problem with doing this is that we're going to have a lot of things going on at once. And we have to have one central problem that they're going to take as priority so that they
Yes.
come out and focus on that. So it's going to be misdirection and misdirection. You see he takes like they still have paper napkins here, right?
Yes, there's still paper napkins. What else would wait? What else would they be made of?
I don't know. Maybe they were going entirely green and just not have anything. Maybe they're hemp napkins. Who knows? This is 2075.
Yes, the turtles. Wait.
Turtles are dead. They're extinct.
Turtles.
I don't want to live in this world anymore.
The one thing Pitt cares about.
Turtles. He like uses it to do some like just some super
Sketches.
simple, not sketches, like super simple close-up street magic. Just like toss a thing on there, make it disappear. It's like we want them to be distracted while something else is going on the other side. And he makes this really bumbling show at trying to like pass a credit stick between one hand and another, and it's like super obvious what he's doing. He's like, we don't want this.
I am aware. I'm more thinking of after.
Who cares about
I know
Alpha?
you. I know the rest of you can handle the distraction, but my talents do not lie there. So I must think in terms of keeping us alive afterwards.
It's not really a successful job if we die immediately after completing it.
My point exactly.
It's not a successful job for me if I die immediately after I complete it.
Fair guns.
I'm sorry that broke up there and I missed it.
I said
It's fine.
What Trent said.
Oh, what I said. I said I don't
Yeah.
consider it a successful job for me if I die immediately after completing it.
That is fair. Nor do I. That is all I wish to point out, is that perhaps I understand that you have talents that lie differently from myself, but I must think, at these areas, as that is where my expertise lies.
That's literally the reason
So-
you're here.
I know.
Unfortunately.
Well, if you would like to live after this mission, I suggest that you keep me around.
I like me under that myself.
I pull up like on
I'm
my
sure.
the data decks, whatever. They're like smartphones, yeah?
Cyberdex?
Yeah.
Comlink.
Comlink. The Comlink's like a
Comlink, yeah.
smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Colin. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like see what I can find, like the most Google searches of Google searches, just like street address. We have the street address. Is it actually in an area that's by the naval yard, or is it in somewhere entirely different?
It's a couple blocks from the naval yard.
Okay. Is
Like
it
from the main gate of the naval yard, because that's a secured area.
okay? So there is water around here.
Yes.
All right. Okay. We could have some of our associates make a play to look like we're escaping by boat, or have some of them come by boat. I don't know. I personally would prefer to drive out. It's a lot more. There's a lot less seasickness involved, and I actually know how to drive it. And boats are not my thing.
I was merely meaning that however we get away. I am sorry, I don't think I expressed my point earlier clearly enough. I am saying that we make sure that we leave something showing that whoever caused this distraction, and believe me, as a large corporation, they will find out who caused this distraction. So what I'm saying is we leave some evidence behind to point them in the wrong direction.
Or just not leave any evidence.
That is not going to happen.
So what you're saying is we should blow it up.
No.
Oh.
That is
I am merely saying.
one plan.
I am merely saying that they have access to much more advanced resources than us. We should plan accordingly.
We need a body.
Do you see my
come?
point?
I do.
Now,
Do you? He just Slim just kind of starts muttering to himself, and hey Webb, is there any way you can find out if there's any recent deaths among rival corporations of Wuxing?
Recent deaths. I think maybe.
oh,
yeah.
sorry. What the? Sorry. What the hell happened? I was on the Shadowrun wiki looking up something, and
Oh, they have ads on there probably.
yes, that's exactly what that was.
Definitely
Oh, we got
wasn't
some
porn.
elevator music.
No, I just like that the elevator music just starts playing after. It's like, we need a bite. It's like the most happy montage of robbing a morgue.
Well, I can make a body.
No, we need to
Need a
make it.
specific body.
And
Joke.
I have a friend. She works for a large corporation. Perhaps she has heard something. She always hears things.
Out of character. DM.
Yes.
Prince. How at a level 3 loyalty, how likely is he to be used to my eccentricities, and how much is he willing to help me?
Three. He'd help you for a price.
Perfect.
Everyone would help for a price.
Not always.
Some people will do it for free.
Yeah.
Or some
Fair
people
Kinky.
can't help at all.
The best way. I'm just gonna send just
Send it.
a text to Prince about any like John Does that might have shown up in like the morgue recently. Night Aaron runs the morgues, right?
Hello? DM.
I have either broken Steven or he is having something going on.
He's probably got something going on.
Yeah.
Or column A, column B.
Or the fact that we're somehow actually getting along on a moderate level has broken him.
I don't
Sure.
like Pitt has been glaring at you the entire time.
Well, I mean,
Between
Ghost is
flirting
just
with
like
Webb.
Just doesn't care.
Ghost is just like whatever. He just doesn't give a shit no more.
Oh yeah,
He's not gonna respond.
like the entire downtime, Webb has probably got messages from Pitt flirting with him.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, Rebel's
So
just
he's
like
returned
super
those
bored
messages
right
then.
now. Rebel is probably noticeably bored right now.
I'm bored too. It's fine. I don't know what we're talking.
Rebel, do you want to
Rebel,
help me?
Yes.
Do you want to help me get some bodies?
Are we going for a body that's close by right now?
No, like in the future, just a little bit. Do you
I'm
know
in.
of any places to get bodies?
Do they have to be in one piece?
Preferably.
Then maybe.
Okay.
I do know a guy.
Is that guy you?
No, it's my old work buddy.
You're a scary one, eh?
Are you
It
talking
is
to
my
Rebel or
guy.
me?
Yes.
Okay.
Fair.
So we don't want to make a body, but we want.
But we want bodies.
Wait,
Yes.
more than one? Because it's going to be a little bit harder.
I like to cast a wide net when I'm getting things.
Are we going to anyone specific, or we just need a body?
A couple of different bodies from a couple of different places might be good. Might be a little weird, but
Dude, I got this. I got this.
I
got-
see
me pick up
your
my
idea.
You
I
see me
got
pick up my
some-
stool, fold it up, and I walk outside.
Okay. I got some connections that can maybe get us some bodies too.
Should we stop Rebel
Depends.
from doing whatever he's doing before we ask
I
what he's
don't
doing?
know. I don't ask.
unless he actually just brings a body and slaps it on this table, I am not concerned.
Hmm.
I also wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't, but I think
shrug.
he has a little bit more self-control.
If anyone would not mind, perhaps we could take a detour there. I would like to examine this place with from the astral perspective.
Can we take
We
the
have
car that
limited-
we're not going to use on that day?
That would be wise. Or we could rideshare. It would be more.
Oh,
What
Rebel, no.
it would.
Rebel, yes.
Oh my god.
Rebel, no. Rebel, yes.
Oh, you can't.
That's fantastic.
Sort of important detail.
not here.
Do those bodies need to be human?
Not necessarily. The point is to leave something behind for them to find. That makes them think that maybe whatever was going down was a little bit more taken care of than they at first thought. You know, maybe some
I don't know what's going on.
maybe some crazy eco-terrorists managed to, try to protest violently at the Wuxing labs and managed to, unfortunately, perish in the effort.
I was also thinking maybe we point the finger at another corp. They go at it all the time.
Oh, definitely. We're gonna have to layer
And
this
that is
so
what I am-
much.
That is why I am going to talk to my friend, if that is okay.
But I need you to get us some spare cars.
On that, I make all yeah. Just for one.
Wait, I actually might know a guy. Hang on.
I was asking Ironside, but I don't think he.
I got a junkyard owner and a parts store
So we let him worry about that. And then he's got the car thing down.
I will. Hang on. I'm just looking through my contacts. I'm gonna also message Countdown. And ask if he has any just like cars that have been brought in that just weren't up to snuff, but still kind of run.
I got one.
You were saying, Slim.
I
What
go
else we
over.
need?
I go over and I check his pulse. Is he still alive?
Yes.
I prefer them to be dead, but I'm not wanting to get them dead ourselves. Preferably somebody who's already dead. So maybe he's got friends who's OD'd.
Are you aware there's
Ghost has got
cameras
his
here?
face in his hands, like, oh god, oh
You know
god,
there's
oh
like
god.
cameras here, right?
Yeah. So you, Good Samaritan, you need to bring this man some help. And we should probably discuss this in a much different area.
Agreed.
On his way out, I'm popping my usual get the fuck out of here spell.
Fine. All right. This is what
Well, I
happens
guess
when
the real
Steven leaves us
question-
alone.
Do I improve invisibility or Incubus Shroud to get the hell out of here without? Yeah, actually,
Say-
Incubus Shroud would be better.
Don't use magic.
I popped the meth head up in my chair and put just like a random cup next to him, so he has the most weird waking up that he's ever experienced.
You guys will never guess the trip I just put.
I saw a dwarf, and then bam, I was in a coffee shop.
with a bunch of coffee cups around me as if I was hanging out with several people.
And then they wanted me to pay
What
for it
the-
all.
If you will excuse me, I will go make the calls. Where will we be meeting?
Oh, we can't meet at. Already forgot the name of the bar.
At
where
this
we all
place
met.
anymore? Yes.
That will-
Just go to
Cyberspace.
The
yeah.
coffee shop.
I mean, we could stop at the Hot Pocket. Hot Pot.
Upbot.
It was only a matter of time.
Remember, Art Pocket. I know they're from your time, but we don't really have them.
No, there's
I'm trying to
definitely
find
Hot
some
Pockets,
for you
though.
if you like craving it.
Slim is mighty hangry. I might get like
So we-
a loaded croissant on the way out. Like the closest
So-
thing to a Hot Pocket that you can get at a coffee shop.
Get a craving. So meet at the Upbot. I hate saying that. But yeah, meet there.
We really should find a better meeting place that's not a public place so that we can speak a little bit more freely, but that's not my couch.
I'm afraid there's not
What
enough room
about-
at my place.
What about your place, Whip?
He smiles.
I suppose, but it doesn't have room for a ton of people.
I
But
just stage whisper at him.
Is it your
Don't, it's a
car?"
trap.
And we just have to get, a bit close and personal then. Right?
I suppose, sure.
At this point, Slim is just right behind her, just doing the neck hand motion, just no.
I can feel you back there, Slim. I don't know what you're doing, but I can feel you.
I'm sure you can.
You.
And I think at this point, Ghost is already gone.
Ah, finally.
You say oof like you weren't expecting something like that.
I think that went pretty well, but still, I still have my my outgoing messages. I'm waiting for responses. Web
I'm
and
going to send messages to both the junkyard and parts store owner about cars.
Web, if you wouldn't mind, could you also add to your research like a place not that we can really like rent by the hour or something, just areas that have a lot of privacy and seating that may be abandoned or have low chances of us being eavesdropped on, kind of like a
Okay.
clubhouse.
Brothel?
Clubhouse, we call them. I mean, what?
I mean, if you want, you know, those kind of places, I got you.
Mm.
I kind of work there.
I mean, that actually would be really great because no one wants to have that recorded without their knowledge.
15 cameras in the ceiling later.
Just the ceiling?
I'm just talking about cameras, not the microphones.
Just the ceiling? Full panorama shot. And he makes this full panorama motion with his hands.
I don't know. You don't want that. Believe me.
I didn't say I did.
So right, if Webby can't find anything, then I can maybe.
All right. Oh man, we forgot about like what time we should be doing this. Should we be doing it at night? When is Web? Can you also check
Well-
out to see when they're most active?
Nighttime's probably going to be the best time for us to get a body.
No, not necessarily the body. When we're actually going to, go there and put the bodies.
You know that they do have a clinic, so a lot of their customers come during the day because they're doing research projects and stuff like that. So they have people who are on programs, like they might have a new medicine that they're testing out or something like that, that they'll come and check in every couple days or so. Usually daytime for medical research labs and stuff like that is the most busiest time.
Okay, so if we
Trent.
wanted to sneak in,
No, please finish.
I was
What are you saying?
just gonna say to sneak in. We want to do it at
We're not
during the
sneaking.
day. It's too busy, but if night they're guarded, maybe at some lazy time like mid-afternoon or something.
In fact, most crimes are committed during the day.
I just don't want to do it during the day because then there's a bigger possibility of civilian casualties.
Yeah.
It's not for that.
That, and you would safely assume that for this kind of break-in that they'd want to do it during the evening hours.
All right. So we got 2 evenings before, or 1 evening before we can actually, get the stuff done.
Okay, so if we could find some bodies to plop there by then, and find more place to hang out. Yeah.
The place to hang out isn't as much of a priority as how much security they have there, and recently deceased members of rival corporations.
On that, while I'm going home, I'm reaching out to my contact to find out who's been at odds with Wuxing.
Rebel, no.
All right. Trent,
Yes.
what were your outgoing messages? Because there was a period there of like 2 minutes where you cut out.
I have went out to Leon Prince about bodies from the morgue for John Doe's, and I believe it was also messages out to Countdown for spare cars that are just like somebody brought them to him thinking they had something. And it was really just crappy, and it just runs.
Okay.
I thought we were letting Ironside worry about cars.
We can both try. We'll keep in touch.
More cars, more bodies, more likely that they think a decent sized cell accidentally killed itself. And if we're trying to make it look like a lot of corporations are doing it, they're not going to send a couple of cars.
Fair.
Listen, you're the planning person, so even though I'm technically smarter, Pitt's just like this isn't my thing. You guys deal with it. When distraction comes along, that I can do.
Webb is already
I drive.
gone.
Yeah, okay, so do I have to like roll like a matrix search for that? How would I actually do that?
Matrix search will be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Rebel,
I think
just
it might,
get in the car.
I think it might be on my token, maybe.
Fine.
We're definitely going to. Webb, do you have a ride?
Not at the moment.
All right, in the car.
I can take somebody.
All right, you guys can like drive very carefully by Wuxing and see if you can get like a passive scan.
Okay.
We will not be using any of our own vehicles for this because that's just stupid.
Sure, I don't think he wants to part with his car.
I mean, we're going to be leaving most of the cars in pieces. So I don't think he wants that to happen.
No.
I don't think he wants that to happen with his. It might be like in the background, but any visible vehicles we're going to be using are going to be junkers or something else.
Maybe keep it round the corner for the getaway drive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, as he says.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't need to roll for a mate, do I, or do I?
What?
I'm sorry, you broke up. What?
I said I don't need to roll for a matrix search, do I?
You can if you'd like. What are you gonna search for?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I don't even know where to go. Trying to figure out, like, okay, we need to look for recently deceased members of rival corporations, and let's see, and we're gonna go by Wuxing to see if recent lab activity, so that we can do kind of cursory when we're there. And so I'll be looking for cameras. That's obviously what I'd be doing or trying to do. But I don't know. That wouldn't be on the regular web if they're like, I would have to look for obituaries. I don't know if they would like publish that unless
Oh, they
they
do.
would publish. I mean, well, like super big corporations, like look at their corporate pages or something of that nature, just as if I were browsing to see if they wanted to pay respects to.
No, you checked local news actually, and like county stuff for that. Death certificates.
Yeah.
I have not done this before in real life. Just saying.
Well, I mean, as far as that goes, death certificates are public record. I
Mm-hmm.
just have to cross-reference where they worked for as a rival, like AA or AAA or however many A's corporation it's going to be. So, and I thought it was on my toe.
You keep cutting out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Still cutting out.
Welcome to
Sorry.
having crappy internet.
Oh no, you're fine.
That's just weird.
This must be something with my computer and Discord, maybe. I don't know.
Well, at least it's not me this time.
Okay, so trying to find my sheet. Here's my sheet, and I don't know yet what to.
What?
He doesn't know what to put to make the roll to search for the stuff that he's looking for.
Okay, so here's Matrix, right?
Does he need to roll?
Well, to do a Matrix search or just a search, like no, because it's just a Matrix search.
Just do a
So-
matrix search.
Yeah, I'm gonna Matrix for cross-ref rival corporations of Wuxing with recently employees of Wuxing to see what I find out.
All right. That's a lot. Yeah. Let's.
This is what happens when you let us run off.
I'll tell you this. Corporate debts, especially in someone who's gonna matter,
Probably
Make
noted.
make headlines. So I'm gonna say no. You don't find anything, but the corporate court. Everyone is kind of competing with everyone. Everyone dislikes and distrusts everyone. In general, there's not really any more so than the other, except for like with Saderkrupp, where everyone kind of dislikes Saderkrupp, but they can't do anything about Saderkrupp because Saderkrupp.
So, would you say that different corporations hire maybe street thugs to possibly try and do things to other corporations?
Yeah, that's the primary
go
function
get some
of
shady
Shadowrunners.
people. Shady people, I'm telling
So-
you guys.
Hiring us, other shady people, to interpose with our shady dealings. So we're not on suspicion of being shady.
No, I was
hire
going for
shadier
more
people.
bodies.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no, I'm
not sure
saying
if there
like
are any shadier.
shady people, and then we kill said shady people because they're bad people, and then we have bodies.
Now, where do we find shadier people?
The Barons.
I'm
The
glad
dark?
you asked.
I
I
can
am.
find plenty.
Well, she's probably got a better plan than I do, but I'm glad you asked because I had a plan too.
Well, okay.
If it involves
Well,
jugging
this doesn't
hobos again.
involve-
No.
Yeah, none of that.
Yes.
No.
Come on, it works so well.
If we find someone who's already OD'd, maybe.
You're not making this as fun. No.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
I would definitely like to contact some of my my criminal associates and see if they have anyone that possibly needs to sleep with the fishes, so to say.
Okay.
Glad you worded it like that.
Don't
We
kink
will
shame.
address those next session.
Okay.
Oh,
What?
I
okay.
feel like this is a good spot because you have a plan,
Yep.
somewhat.
We did start late. It is getting late. People do have
It's
work
like
tomorrow.
just started.
We
It's
are.
Rose Stool.
We played for
People
over an
left for
hour and a
work
half.
or
I'm
We're
sorry.
an
Yeah.
hour and 40 minutes
Yeah.
in, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
so,
D&D, that's just started.
Well, this is also during the week, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
Wednesday.
And we
Yeah, but we
we're
usually go a lot. We usually go a lot later on.
we know that, but are we gonna get into a spot where like we don't want to stop, but we can't continue on either? What if it gets to like 9:45, 10:15, and like we gotta go, but then we get stuck?
yeah.
That's things right now. We're just doing a bunch of planning, so why not do all the planning right now?
Do I have I heard back from any of my contacts, or is that going to take time?
No, I mean, you would have heard back. Who did you contact? I'm sorry.
Prince about the bodies.
Prince
the other
and
guy
Countdown.
Yeah. About cars.
Prince?
I thought he was talking about Purple Rain.
Prince would have
No.
definitely gotten back to you. But he has a few that are fresher, um, but that's going to cost you. Um, he hasn't discussed the price or anything like that, but he says he could probably help you out with that.
Okay.
And the other one, he has a couple cars, you know, laying around.
Okay.
What about our other contact?
Does Pit need to put the hurt on anybody for her mob buddies?
And whoever the fuck Ghost contacted, I don't even remember anymore. Did he hear
Felicia.
back from them?
Yeah, his contact.
He hasn't heard anything from Felicia yet. She's working.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I figured.
God
Just waited
damn it.
for it.
Why do you think I chose it?
Oh, I respect that. I respect that.
Good choice.
Jesus
choice.
Christ.
I just got that. Though Rebel had typed that like 40 minutes ago.
Okay, okay.
And on the mob buddies that need anyone hurt, no more than usual. They've got a handle on it. I mean, unless you want the extra work.
I am asking them if they need a body disposed of, because I have a way to do it. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, I misunderstood. My apologies. I would
There's several
say
bodies if they want. I don't know.
I would say probably not at this time,
Damn.
fortunately.
Not with that short of notice.
Yeah.
Never know.
Makes sense. Worth a shot.
Yeah, true.
I probably wouldn't have much luck with the junkyard or parts store owners for cars either. I would
Junkyard,
guess.
there's a few junkers, like, they don't run. But there's a few of them.
I mean, would I be able to fix them up quickly enough?
If
I
you,
mean, are you gonna blow them up?
how
or-
many are you gonna try and do you want to try and get? That's the limiting factor. Is time. You have
Yeah,
48
exactly.
hours.
How many would I realistically be able to do?
If they're not that bad off, you could probably get 2 running. And I mean, just they roll.
Mhm.
Oh, dear.
They're not going to be used for getaways. I can tell you that much.
No, we're not.
Well, we don't need them
but-
for anyways.
The
Yeah.
thing,
They can go 25 miles an hour.
Yeah,
For 25 miles.
you can get the autopilot functioning enough that they'll drive themselves there.
Awesome. I would very much like to do that then.
All right, not a problem. That'd be easy enough to do.
I
Um,
probably would do 2.
Yeah, you could. I'll let you. I'll give you 2. That's probably gonna be it. Is the 2.
Okay.
It'll cost you. He'll give them to you for 1,000 new yen.
All right. I will do so.
2 for 1,000? Not bad.
They do not run.
I mean, yeah. Would I be able to acquire matching sets of like humanoid masks that could be worn?
Yes, there are a number of different things. If you want, just like you can. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. You can spend a little bit of money and get a really nice mask that can replicate someone's face, or you can get the standard like Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook. sword over the head.
I was actually exactly what I was looking for. Only I was thinking of the Kennedy family.
Okay, that's
Ah.
fine. Yeah, you can find that for. I'll give it to you for 100 new yen for like 2.
I was gonna get to wear my ballistic mask.
Oh, you can wear your
can still
ballistic
wear it.
Wear
mask.
your ballistic mask.
I'm going to be
Okay.
wearing John F. Kennedy's face. Thank you very much.
Yes, but mine gives me +2 armor.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So 2 of them for 100 new yen.
Yeah, they're not quality stuff.
Oh, we're going to be putting them on dead bodies. They don't have to be quality stuff. All right. So I can get 6 for 300?
Yeah.
All right. I will now.
Seems like a lot for masks, but I also don't know what inflation is here.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very
think about how an actual. So, the yen. It's based around the yen. You know, a
Okay.
Coke in Japan is like
Okay.
1,000 yen, but translated over.
$10? Damn.
I don't know the actual exchange rate.
It's
man.
100.
Change
It's
It's
a
like
function of
100 per
hundreds.
dollar.
is
Yeah.
9/10 of a cent,
Okay.
so it's roughly a penny.
Yeah, it's just divide by 100 and you got a rough estimate.
Or
There you
chop a
go.
couple of
For yen
zeros
to
off.
dollars.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
I will inform everyone that I got the cars, and then I'm gonna get them running well enough to be used as decoys.
Awesome.
I just assumed that y'all are just gonna shoot a bunch of weapons and blow shit up for your decoy. Actual distraction.
Not gonna lie, I thought so too.
Other part of the distraction. We still do need to make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I figured was gonna happen, and then you're gonna let them like destroy where you want them to think you are, and
And then they'll find the dead bodies.
is think they got everyone and blame them and not us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly
Also,
what we're doing.
All
I-
part
I
of my
thought,
plan.
okay.
I message each one of them and I ask them, what's it, John, Robert, or Ted?
Robert.
Okay. All right.
Ted.
All right.
Who?
I don't know. Pick a name, any name.
You just get a what's it called? You get Joseph Rebel and Nixon.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but oh my. Never mind, I'll come up with something.
Yeah. I had considered something else, but I'm not gonna say that.
You can be Nixon too.
2 Nixons. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want to know your old timer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
got our stuff. Hopefully.
Feel like the plan's looking okay.
And then as far as the loud part goes, I think that's what me and Rebel are for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Trying to like pick up hobos over here.
No, we got to stop it.
I'm trying to be useful, okay?
Yeah,
Pick them up in what way?
Oh my.
Well, I picked them up and slammed them on the table.
No. We'll get our part, it's fine. Let them do the boring planning shit.
Yeah, but you know how bad it is down here at like the bottom.
We'll do
I
the
need a
fun.
ladder to see what else going on,
Want
and then
me
I
to
set
pick
it
you up?
up.
Did you
Yes.
just say that you're a bottom?
I
In
mean,
the sense that I'm not doing much work, yeah.
when it comes to me, everyone's a bot. But, you know.
That's fair.
But yeah, if you could pick me up, that'd be nice.
And what you want to reach?
The cookie jar on the top shelf. What else?
Is that like a euphemism for something?
No, there's like a cookie jar up on the top shelf up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
She's not gonna pick him up right now. She's like, no, there's nothing up there.
God.
What are you talking about? Later, if you need to reach something.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. It's gonna be a firefight in the middle of the firefight. Hey, can you help me up here?
So I know.
Oh,
I can take
Question.
it.
how big is my garage? Would we be
can-
able to meet up in there?
You could
Ooh.
meet there. You have enough room. You can
True.
you could probably put 2 cars in there. It'd be like a little tight, but yeah, you could put 2 cars in there.
Yeah, I'll put that on the table, and I'm assuming we have like a group text. I'll put that on the table for a place we could meet up temporarily at the very least.
Okay.
I just dropped
I
like
like
$500 on Kennedy masks. I have 10 of them because Slim is just that extra.
You know, we only need a lot. What?
Doubles.
How many?
Some for us, some for the bodies.
I roll
Okay.
2 roll it. Okay. It's still way too much. We're gonna have extra.
And then I think there's extra bodies. What do you want from me? He says this as he's wearing one at home.
I kind of wanted to just beat up some hobos, but yeah.
You were
On your own
I-
time. On your
Yeah,
own
you
time.
can do that on your own time.
Jeez. Okay, and I'm still gonna try and keep in contact with my, I guess, mob connections. I don't even know if they're part of the mob, but whatever. Keep in contact with those connections in case something comes up. As far as a body goes, you never know. Crime never sleeps.
No, I don't.
That not what I'm talking about. Okay.
Oh dear.
So that's
Okay.
why Steve wants to stop early. He's like, I just want to keep doing Hero Forge.
Well, no, I'm doing it while you guys are planning because I mean, while you're making your plans, I don't have an input for it other than like I can make a snarky comment about what I think will not work.
I would rather you didn't, and then we find out very dangerous.
I would rather you pay attention because you're the DM.
No. That would be great.
What do,
Can't go wrong in any way.
what do? Never mind. But yeah, so
The real question is,
I
how much
think-
plastic explosive are we going to put in the junk cars?
Depends. How much do you want to be left?
I would say Rebel has probably like another 4.5 pounds left.
And if we go get some fertilizer, I can go make some more.
These cars are pretty bare bones.
Perfect. The bare the bones, the more we can shove into it.
Guys, we're gonna need like
Slim?
50 pounds of fertilizer.
No, I'll do that.
I was born in a Dublin street. Okay. Slim is way too excited about this now.
It's something to do.
But yeah, I'm gonna need fertilizer.
How, TM, how
Once
much
again, you could use the hobos for that if you had enough time.
We don't have enough time. We can't make hobo fertilizer in 2 days.
No, just go buy some.
I didn't think that was a sentence that would have to be said. Ever.
Oh,
We don't have time for her hobo fertilizer.
Jesus.
Maybe that's why they wanted us to stop. We're getting a little out of here.
No, I'm actually really enjoying listening to you guys just shoot yourselves in the feet. This is gonna be great.
Not me.
Yeah, it better not happen to me. I'm not tall enough to like hop a foot.
You're not tall enough to shoot yourself in the foot, eh?
Anyway, I think
Hey, that's my line. Eh?
that is where we will call it for the evening.
Mhm.
I do appreciate all of you working just so hard
You know it.
Are you mocking us?
I would never,
Of course he is.
never mock any of you.
I would never not.
All right, well, that will close us up for today. Hobo fertilizer is the best way to end on. So we will catch you next time. Next week, I believe it is D&D again. Call of Cthulhu will come back at some point once I've written more story and made more maps. And we will catch you next time after cool music plays and lights go down.